Hitting America's Bucky. Let's talk to him. Let's talk to him. Let's talk to him. Let's talk to him, guys. I am excited. We have an awesome live stream planned for you tonight. So first and foremost, welcome to the Late Night Show with your host, Dr. Kojo. And tonight we're talking about autism and complex post-traumatic stress disorder. All right? I see people have already lined up. They're here. They're introducing themselves. So go ahead and use the comment section to let me know your name and where you are checking in from. All right? We're streaming on a couple of different platforms here tonight. We're streaming on TikTok. We're streaming on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're on Kick. We're also on Kick, guys. So we're streaming on 6 different platforms, all right? And we have an international audience. On TikTok, I see that we have Daniel checking in from Scotland. On Facebook, we have Kim checking in from Australia. Then we have our moderator, Leilani, checking in from beautiful New York City. We got Tennessee in the house. We got Nashville in the house, back-to-back Tennessee. We have my dog, Chase, checking in from Houston, Texas. Chase was at the show in Houston, and Chase gave me a gift. Chase, I appreciate the gift. I got the chain. And I got the packet. So shout out to my guy, Chase. He was at the first show of the big Neurodivergent Comedy World Tour. The tour is underway, guys, and we were in Houston. We were in Houston to kick off the tour. I couldn't think of a better place to kick off than Houston, Texas. The crowd was amazing. We kicked it off with a sold-out show, and I will never stop expressing my gratitude for the people of Houston. What a wonderful town, awesome people. We kicked off the tour, and in a day and age where gas prices are so high and there are legitimate reasons as to not want to step outside of the house, Houston showed up and showed out. So thank you so much. An amazing town. I'm so grateful. And now we are on to Tennessee. The next show on the big Neurodivergent Comedy World Tour is going to be in Nashville, Tennessee at the Zanies Lab. All right, the first show is sold out, but we still have tickets to the second show. So I'm so excited. Audrey on TikTok is asking, how was Houston? Houston was amazing. It's one of my favorite cities in the U.S. And I knew that going to Houston would be a good idea. And it was a great idea. We have people checking in from Fredericksburg, Texas tonight, Arkansas, Ohio. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we have a big autistic community, so maybe I have to specify. My actual dog's name is not Chase, but Chase West is my dog, if that makes sense. DAWG. So obviously, sometimes with autism, we can take things literally. But my dog's name is Zoara, DOG. My DAWG dog is Chase, who came out to the show. So just have to specify. We have people checking in from Italy in the house, Florida in the house, Arizona in the house. Somebody likes the hair. I appreciate it. I went to go spray my hair before this live stream so I could, I could be okay. They want the baby blue back in Houston. The Titans have the Houston Oilers colors now in our new uniform. So looks like we'll never give it back to Houston. But shout out to the Houston Oilers. A great team. Without the Houston Oilers, we would have no Titans. Oh, you realized afterwards. Okay. We have Utah in the house. We have Haley checking in from Houston. I'm not surprised that we have a big Houston community. I'm not surprised. I'm happy to see y'all. On TikTok, we have Love from California, Edmonton, Canada in the house. Okay. Delina from Wyoming, Ram D from California. Okay. So people checking in all over Wisconsin. Oh, Teen Titans. That's funny. Phoenix in the house. Awesome. Guys, tonight we're talking about autism and CPTSD. And I wish I had the numbers on what percentage of people who have autism also have CPTSD. I don't have the exact numbers, but I would, if I was a betting man, which I am not anymore, but if I were a betting man, I would say that the overwhelming majority, if not the majority, of autistic people have CPTSD. There's a good chance that if you have autism, you also have CPTSD. Now, there are some autistic people who don't have CPTSD, and I would say that the autistic folks who don't have CPTSD probably were diagnosed early in life. This is the person who was diagnosed at 5, 6, 7, 8. They had parents who were on it, parents who understood that if you have autism, you need external support, and they put the proper support in place, and you had everything that you needed, which is amazing, which is what we want, right? That's what we want. Now, the rest of us didn't have that external support. Some of us were latchkey kids. We had to fend for ourselves. Some of us had to get it out the mud. And if that's how your childhood was, there's a good chance that you could have CPTSD as well as autism or ADHD or whatever else you have. As we wrap up seeing where people are from, we're going to get into the live stream. We have people checking in from France. And thank you. Thank you. Love from France. Texas in the house. Angie, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. 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 Marian says, I was not diagnosed until later in life. I have ADHD. There's a lot of us who fit that description. A lot of us. Before we get to the live stream, I want to see who we have here tonight. Drop a 1 in the chat if you have ADHD. A 2 in the chat if you have autism. But if you got both, let me get a 3 in the chat. Let me get a 3 in the chat. All right. 1 for autism, 2 for ADHD, 3 if you got both. On TikTok, I see somebody said 6. I'm weak. 1 1 1 3 3 1 3 3 2 3 3 3 3 3 2 3 3 3. A lot of people with both. 3 3 2 3 2. A lot of people with both. 3 3 2 2. Try and get to as many as I can. 1 3 3 3 3 3. A lot of us here have autism and ADHD. 3. Someone said 1 2 3. 3 all day long. 2 3. Wow. 1. Somebody said 4. 1 3 2 3 3. Wow. 3 2 3 2 3. I didn't know you could be both. Yes, you can have autism and ADHD. You can have autism and ADHD. 3 2 3 with a twist of borderline, both with CPTSD, so 3, and 2 other things. Okay. And on TikTok, 3 3 3 1 possibly 3 3 2 2 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 2 3 3 1 3 3 1. So a lot of us have autism and ADHD. All right. And for this live stream, we're talking about autism and CPTSD. You could also throw in ADHD as well, but for the purposes of this live stream, I wanted to make it concise and talk about 7 signs that you have autism and CPTSD. And for those of y'all who are in the minority here who don't have autism, but it looks like the overwhelming majority of y'all have autism. All right. For those of y'all who do not have autism and do not know what it is, autism means that the way that you communicate with the world is different from how other people communicate with the world and how other people experience the world. So because of this, you will need some type of external support. So there's nothing wrong with being autistic. There is something wrong with being autistic and not having support. And a lot of us fall into that latter bucket and don't have support. So, we're on that quest to get the support that we're looking for. So that's autism, right? Now, CPTSD, all right, is complex post-traumatic stress disorder. And if you're neurodivergent, there's a good chance that you could have CPTSD. And this is repeated trauma over time. Repeated trauma over time. The trauma builds up and 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 builds up. And it's just stacking up, stacking up, stacking up, stacking up, stacking up. And it's happening during the formative years of your life during those early childhood years. Those are the most precious years. And Ari, I appreciate that. I'm purposely sitting, in a way to where the light can hit me so y'all can feel that melanin. So I'm doing that on purpose. I am vain and I am doing it on purpose. Now back to CPTSD. If you are somebody who experienced a lot of trauma early in your life and the trauma kept on happening, there's a good chance that you can have CPTSD. All right. Now, to differentiate CPTSD from PTSD, PTSD comes from a big traumatic experience that happens to you that you're not able to get over. So trauma happens, guys, in life. Trauma happens. This is part of life, right? So trauma happens, but the body is supposed to resolve the trauma that you go through. But sometimes your body cannot resolve that trauma, and it sticks with you. And many months down the line, many years down the line, you realize that you're still struggling with that big traumatic event that happened, and that's PTSD. All right. And CPTSD is similar, but it's trauma that keeps on happening. It just keeps on happening. All right. It just keeps on happening. And if you've been through a lot of trauma in your life, you're somebody who is likely hypervigilant. You're always waiting for something bad to happen. And you have a hard time relaxing. You have a hard time relaxing. It keeps on giving. That's facts. You have a hard time relaxing. Okay. And somebody on TikTok says, yes, and that's why I'm going through a divorce. CPTSD. Sorry to hear that. And some of us don't know the type of trauma that we have until we get into relationships. And that's the thing about relationships. I love love just as much as y'all love love. But when you get into a relationship, it's just you triggering the other person's trauma and vice versa. That's one thing I don't like about relationships. It makes me have to confront all my childhood trauma. I'm like, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Jay says, hi, Dr. Safra. I'm very excited to see you at Zanies. Jade, I cannot wait to see you at Zanies in Nashville. I'm 3 excited. That's May 31st, y'all. The first show sold out in Nashville, Tennessee. So shout out to Nashville. I sold out a show in my hometown, so my dream has come true. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And we added a second show because the first one sold out. So we still have tickets for the second show in Nashville, which will more than likely also sell out. So get your tickets to the second show in Nashville if you're in the Nashville area. So Nashville, Antioch, Murfreesboro, Cool Springs, Antioch, Redwood. Even if you're in Fort Campbell, Kentucky, make the drive. Come on down and come and see me. Come and see me. Congrats. I appreciate it. Shout out to my community. Shout out to my community. Day before my birthday. Okay. So you must be a June baby. Must be a June baby. And somebody said, same here. I've been separated for 3 years now. Yeah. Relationships bring out that trauma. You sometimes forget that you've been through trauma until you're in a relationship. And, before you know it, the divorce happens. It really, it sucks. It sucks. I want to see your wife. She's a beautiful woman. She definitely is. I miss you. But Sarah, I hate that I miss you in Houston, but Houston is one of the cities that I will come back to. I will come back to Houston. I definitely will come back to Houston. And right now, I do not know the city that I will shoot my special in, but Houston is one of those cities on the list. So after this tour is over, it culminates in a comedy special. I'll have to pick a city to shoot my special in. Houston's on the short list. Other cities that I'm considering: Nashville, Tennessee, obviously Los Angeles, the hometown, or at least like where I live now, and Juneau, Alaska. I'm considering Juneau, Alaska as a city that I could shoot my special in. So really good things, really good things. I love my Houston community and love my Nashville community. And also, I keep forgetting to say it, but we will be in New York City, June 11th, Chicago, June 18th, and we will be in Seattle, Tacoma, July 16th. We're going to add that link later once I get that. We don't have it at the moment, but we will add that link a little bit later. Tucson's like a mini LA. Actually, I don't know. I've never been to Tucson. I've been to Phoenix many times. I used to have an ex-girlfriend out there in Phoenix. So really nice area. Really nice area. All right, guys. So let's talk about the live stream. We'll talk about the comedy later. If you want tickets to the comedy shows, hit the link in the bio, and the tickets for not only Nashville will be there, but the tickets will be there for Nashville, also for Chicago, New York City, and once we add the rest, they will be there as well. Yeah, and look, people love Emily. Like in the comments, I'm trying to talk about autism, CPTSD. People love Emily. Awesome woman. She's doing great. Autism has not slowed her down. Beautiful woman, obviously. So people love Emily. They don't even care about Dr. Kojo anymore. They're like, we want Emily. We want Emily. Yeah, they don't care about Dr. Kojo anymore. They don't want to learn about autism and CPTSD. They're like, we want Emily. Someone says, please come to England. This is an international tour. So later on in the year, we'll look to come to different countries. We're looking to do it. We're looking to do it. Amanda says, I couldn't go to my concert because I was worried I'd get overwhelmed. Too many people. Ooh. Amanda, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And anybody who comes out to my shows, thank you. Anybody who even watches the live stream, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, you like me and my wife? All right, okay, cool. Because I thought you didn't like me anymore. I thought you didn't like me anymore. I thought y'all wanted, one of my 4 wives. Okay, all right. Let me get to the live stream. Let me get to the topics. I've been BSing. Here's my list. Here's my list. All right, guys. 7 signs you have. Leilani, look. They forget that I have ADHD as well. They're sidetracking me. I love y'all. All right, guys. 7 signs you have autism and CPTSD. Number 1, you masked to survive. All right. You've been masking your whole life to survive. All right. Where are my maskers at? All my folks who've been masking their whole life, where are they at? Where are my maskers at? My people who go out into public and they present themselves as somebody else. Like if your friends saw you at school or at work, they'd be like, that ain't Ali. That ain't Lovita. That's not Leilani. That's a representative. That's not Amanda. That's not Sarah. That's not Barbara. That's a fake Barbara. That's not Angel. That's somebody else. That's not Camper. I'm a masker. If you are somebody who's been masking for a long time, you probably have been masking to survive, okay? And this is why I say, for those of y'all who are on an unmasking journey, I'm also on that journey, all right? I'm right there with y'all. But if you are on this unmasking journey, please, 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 please do not unmask all at once. Do not do it rapidly. Do not unmask rapidly. Please take your time, all right? This mask that you have, all right, it has superpowers. It got superpowers, and this mask has allowed you to make friends. It's allowed you to do okay in the dating market, the dating game, if you have a desire to date. It's allowed you to get a job. It's allowed you to communicate with people and to not seem like you're weird, all right? If you have autism and CPTSD, there's a good chance that you've been masking to survive. The number one thing that you want is connection. You want connection. And you want connection so bad. You want connection so, so, so bad. And the CPTSD part probably means that you were neglected as a child. Now, I'm not saying that you were neglected. I'm not saying that, all right? I'm just saying that you could have been neglected. And neglect can be just as harmful as outright abuse. People think that if you leave a child to themselves and you don't pay that much attention to them, it's not the worst thing in the world. Let me tell you something else. I'm not saying that it's the worst thing in the world, but it does stick with a child. It's going to be somebody who, may grow up to look for love in the wrong places. It could be somebody who grows up to to look for connection with the wrong friends. The people that you're around determine a lot of the success that you will or won't have in life. And sometimes you even like the people that you're hanging out with. You just want connection. So you put this mask on, right? You put this mask on to make these friends and to connect with people. Mm, 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 mm. Cecilia, thank you so much. Your teen son is doing homework next to you and he's enjoying listening. And I appreciate that. I try my best to be positive. It's good to know that there's some people here who are also here for me, not just Emily. I love y'all. This is coming from a mental health provider. Lovita is board certified mental health provider, and she's saying that neglect before age 6 increases antisocial behavior. If you got kids, when your child reaches out to you for connection, keep in mind kids grow fast. Do your best to connect with the child. Do your best to connect with the child. Kids remember things. Kids remember things. Kids remember things. All right? Kids remember things. And Auntie on TikTok is saying, I'm 50. Most of us were neglected. Yeah, a lot of, and sometimes it happened unintentionally. It's not like, the majority of our parents were bad people, but sometimes, your parents were busy or they were working multiple jobs to pay the bills. That's my situation. We grew up in Norway, and then we moved to Nashville, Tennessee when I was 6 or 99. Yeah, I was 6.5. We moved to Nashville, Tennessee in the summer of 1999. And we lived in the projects. We didn't have a lot of money. So my parents were working multiple jobs to take care of us. So guess what? Kojo wasn't getting a lot of attention. So Kojo grew up to be somebody who was hanging out with the wrong crowd of people. And, parents could have been on the spectrum. But Kojo grew up to be somebody who sometimes hung out with the wrong fellas. A guy in his 20s who had to have a girlfriend, had to go from this girl to that girl to this girl to that girl, on and on. Neglect. Kojo went on to become a stand-up comedian because he's a middle child and nobody was paying attention to him. So he had to become a comedian. Auntie S on TikTok can relate. Mom had 2 jobs and volunteered on the weekends. Okay. A lot of people can relate to my experience. Wow. And I was born in Ghana, West Africa, but left when I was about 1.5 years. And then we went to Norway. We lived in Norway in Europe. And then when I was 6.5, we moved to Nashville, Tennessee. Middle child right here. Oh, yeah, this is why I love attention. I love attention. I love it. I love attention. And I'm not afraid or ashamed to admit it. I love attention. So when you know that you love attention, you're able to, moderate it and be mindful. So, yeah. I know that I have to. This is why I don't check DMs as much, because I look in my DMs and people are saying things like, "Oh, you saved my life. You're the best ever. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you." If I take it too much of that, it becomes hard for me to, connect with people in real life, because I expect that same type of love, and it's certainly not healthy. Not healthy. Yeah. Why? Yeah, I appreciate that. We've done it a lot. I'm grateful for what I've been able to do and adding the stand up, but we're not done yet. We're still playing. I'm still playing the game. I'm not the best at stopping this, smell the flowers, but with the first show in Houston, selling out the first show, I definitely took some time to stop and smell the flowers and to thank the amazing city of Houston. All right. The second sign that you could have autism and CPTSD. I thought you were going to talk about the pics of women that No, I can't talk about that. We have middle schoolers watching me right now. I gotta be friendly for the kids. I don't want the kids to be players. I want them to be better than Dr. Kojo. I want them to be better than me. But sometimes I get some interesting messages let's just say that I get some interesting messages, and I have been for the past 6 years. All right. Second one, you've been told you're too sensitive your whole life. Where are my sensitive people? Mm, mm. Where are my sensitive folks? 7 signs you have autism CPTSD. Number 2, you've been told you're too sensitive your whole life. All right. Where are my people who take things pretty hard? Like when you feel something, you really feel it. Like you really feel it. You really feel it. My sensitive people. I'm definitely a sensitive person. So I put myself in positions to where sometimes I don't feel anything. Because if I feel something, I'm going to feel all of it. Very sensitive, extremely sensitive, acquired my whole life. Okay, respect, hypersensitive. Um, uh, I'd love to come to Knoxville eventually. Hopefully, they have comedy clubs out there. Intense emotions, sensitive. So, okay. Empath. I don't know how to not feel. Okay. Uh, mm, I was told my whole life that I'm too sensitive or even over dramatic. I'm seeing my people here in the chat. I'm seeing my people here in the chat. In middle school, I had a teacher. Actually, no, it was high school, ninth grade. In ninth grade, I had a teacher describe me as sassy. I was like, sassy? Sassy? I had to Google sassy. I'm like, what do you mean I'm sassy? Sassy, really? Sassy? Oh, I have a hair sticking out. What is this? Is this white girl hair on me? Why do I have white? Yeah, I'm on the road tonight. Um, oh boy, oh boy. I had a teacher describe me as sassy. I said, "What do you mean I'm sassy?" Like, I was offended by her calling me sassy. But guess what? I was a sassy ninth grader. I felt everything deeply. I felt everything deeply. Uh, I don't have a poodle, so I don't have a poodle. I'm like, there's white girl hair on. I wish I could blame it on the poodle. Nah, it's just, I wonder why it's sticking on me. yeah. That's probably what it is. Perhaps. I can't confirm or deny, but perhaps. Perhaps. My sensitive people, my sassy people. Now, why could somebody who is autistic and somebody who has CPTSD be sensitive? Okay. You're somebody who, let's say you weren't getting a lot of attention as a child and you tried your best to fit in. Okay. The reason why you want to fit in so bad is because you have felt the sting of rejection. You tried to put yourself out there into the real world and people didn't like it. So because of that, you created the mask for yourself. You figured out different ways to connect with people. But whenever you feel something that you don't want to feel, like you wear your heart on your sleeve. And people will call you sensitive, and people will sometimes try and just downplay what you're going through. Oh, just get over it. Just get over it. No, I can't. I can't get over it. And that's why a lot of us will talk about something over and over and over and over and over in an attempt to get over something. That's how some of us get over things. We just talk about it until one day, we're over it. We just talk about it ad nauseum, over and over and over and over. Rachel on TikTok says, I wear so many masks. I'm not sure who I am. Rachel, a lot of us can relate. A lot of us can relate. A lot of us can relate. Whole life told I take everything personally. Brittany on TikTok. My sensitivity either comes out in crying, anger, or numbness. Yeah, the reason why we numb ourselves is because we don't want to feel. We don't want to feel because we have a hard time feeling just a little bit. We feel everything all at once. And it's just sometimes too much. It's sometimes too much. Nicole says, last thing one person ever said to me was, "You are too sensitive." Too sensitive. Too sensitive. Mickey Ficky. Takes you back to middle school, takes you back to the past relationships. We're too sensitive. And guess what? You're not too much. You're probably just in the wrong area. Okay. And let's say you are with your people or you're with your person, right? And you're having one of those days where you're feeling something too much. They won't tell you that you're too sensitive. They'll give you a space to feel, and they'll rein it in and say, "All right, okay, I know you feel this way, but we still gotta get up. Like we still have to, get to work. We still have to do what we need to do. But it's okay that you're feeling these feelings. They're gonna validate how you feel and give you some time to steam off and to do what you gotta do. But they're not gonna downplay what you feel and call you too sensitive. All right. And look right here, you can also disassociate too. You could dissociate, especially when especially when you've been through trauma. Trauma and dissociation, strong link. Very, very strong link. And sometimes you've been through so much that it's just too much to relive it or to feel those old familiar feelings. So the body will dissociate. Yeah, you're never too much for the right people. I agree. Sometimes you're just not in the right area. You're not with your people. You got to be with your people. But then again, it is hard to find your people. It's hard. Woes says, how many streams are you on? I am on TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and Facebook. 6 streams. 6 streams. Jennifer says, this is why I always feel safer alone. I never feel anyone is safe anymore, even when I put myself out there. Sometimes trying is exhausting. Trying is exhausting. And Leah, this subject does hurt. Maybe we're a little too deep for a Thursday night, but trying hurts. Putting yourself out there is very difficult. There's nothing better than, feeling accepted by our people, but it is hard to, to put yourself out there. It's tough. It's really hard. It is really hard. Patricia says, my boyfriend has called me sensitive, touchy, and so on. I've shut down so hard. Ooh. Tell your boyfriend to log on and watch the live stream. Patricia on TikTok, tell your boyfriend to log on and watch his live stream. Tell him to come on through. Send him the link. On TikTok, you can share it. Send him the link so he can join the live stream. And he should change his name to Patricia's boyfriend so I can see who he is. Tell him to join. Tell him to join now. Number 3, you rehearse conversation. Or let me see. You play back. You play back conversations for days after they've happened. I like to make sure I spell my words correctly. After they've happened. Where are my people who play back conversations for days after they've happened? Where are my people who have done this? The rumination. Where are my ruminators? Is that a word? Ruminators? Ruminators? Am I making that up, or is that a word? Ruminators. It sounds like an indie band. The Ruminators. Come to the stage, guys, from Santa Fe, New Mexico. The Ruminators. I like that. That should be a name of a band. The Ruminators. The Ruminators. Ruminators ruminate. Leilani says, I'm calling her out tonight. You play back conversations for days after they've happened. All right. And Sandra, I'm not saying that this means that you're autistic. It just means that you could be. All right. And Patricia Pete says, even combos from years ago. Yes. Sometimes you'll play back conversations from years ago. Something that happened 8 years ago can still stick with you today. And you'll judge yourself and you'll be like, why did I ever say that? That was weird. That was uncalled for. I said the wrong thing. That's why that person didn't like me, because I said the wrong thing at the wrong time. And you judge yourself. Now, I do think that for the average person, after a social interaction, like on the ride home, or even for a couple of days, you might, you know, like judge yourself socially and just assess your performance. Okay, every now and then we'll do that, especially if it's a new group of people that we've never been around. But for the ruminators, right, for the people with autism and CPTSD, you don't stop thinking about these things. They just don't go away. Like it doesn't go away. Like it sticks with you. It sticks with you. Like Renee is saying, I replay conversations for months in my head, wishing I could have said something different. Right. And you'll be thinking about what you would have said if you had time, and you're in your head. And the worst part about ruminating is sometimes you do this at home. Home is the worst place to ruminate, because when you're in your head and you're having inside thoughts, then you are the hardest on yourself. You are the hardest on yourself when you were inside and in your head. Not a good combination. If you're going to be in your head, at least go outside. Go for a walk and be in your head. Go ride your bike and be in your head. Go work out and be in your head. But don't be at home and be in your head. Don't be at home and be in your head. Brittany on TikTok says, yes, no one hates me more than I do. Ooh, don't be too hard on yourself, guys. And Rachel says, in potential conversations that may not probably happen. The ruminators. We just created a new band tonight, guys. The ruminators. Ruminators ruminate. Preservating is the word I made up. We're just making them words tonight. But the words that we're making up, they sound like they can be real words, like ruminators, preservators. It is hard when home is a safe space, and home is my safe space. I don't. There's nowhere that's better for me than home. Like I love being at home. I love being at home, but you have to get outside the house sometimes. You got to get outside of the house sometimes. Ruminators ruminate. Ruminators ruminate. Number 4. Ooh. 7 signs that you could have autism and CPTSD. Man, some of y'all are 3 for 3 tonight. Some of y'all are 3 for 3 tonight. And let's see if you're 4 for 4. Rejection is extremely painful. A 4-sentence word. I think that was said pretty well. We made that as concise as possible. Rejection, looks like Leilani is 4 for 4. Rejection is extremely painful. Extremely painful. Anytime you feel rejection in life, it's like somebody took a dagger and pierced your heart. Rejection is extremely painful. The person who is autistic, who feels emotions very deeply and also has CPTSD, and they're carrying a boatload of trauma, is somebody who will do their best to avoid rejection. All right? You're going to do your best to avoid rejection. Haley says that I'm describing her whole life. Renee says rejection hurts like a knife to the heart. It's a very difficult feeling. Rejection is tough. Rejection is very, 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 like you'll do anything to avoid rejection. You'll go to great lengths to avoid rejection. You won't put yourself out there. You'll change your mind on things that you said you were going to do. You'll isolate. Because look, if you isolate and you stay at home and you don't connect with anybody and you don't take chances, guess what? You will not be rejected. That's the good news. You stay at home, you isolate, you pull back from society, you stop looking for friends, you stop dating, you just never leave the house. Guys, if you do that, the good news is that you will not be rejected. But then the bad news is that you won't connect with anybody or anything. You won't connect with anybody or anything. All right? And we need people. Unfortunately or fortunately, we need people. And this is something that you see a lot with neurodivergence, this aversion to rejection. Now, I don't think anybody loves rejection. I can't think of a certain person who's like, yes, rejection. All right. Oh, I love rejection. Like, oh, it's the best. But when you hate rejection to the point where you will go out of your way to switch up things and change plans to avoid rejection, that's what I'm talking about. A lot of us who are neurodivergent really struggle with rejection. I am one of those people. I've had to intentionally put myself in the path of rejection. And the more you get rejected, the better. The more you get rejected, the better. The first time that it happens, it hurts. So same thing with the second and third and fourth and fifth and sixth and seventh and eighth and ninth and 10th and 11th and 12th. But after a while, you're like, okay, I'm not afraid of rejection anymore. The way to tackle rejection is to get more of it. The way to tackle rejection is to get more of it, guys, is to get more. At the beginning of this year, I sought out to find one word to represent this year. I told my team that we're going to pick a word every year to represent the year that we're going into. And as we went into 2026, I picked the word courage. Courage is the theme of the year. Courage is the theme of the year. Everything that I'm afraid of, I'm going to run towards. I'm going to run towards. I'm going to run towards stand-up comedy. I'm going to put myself out there. We're going to do a tour. We're going to go across the U.S. and we're going to take it international. Courage. Courage. I'm going to run towards rejection in all areas of my life. In business, bring on the rejection. With friendships, bring on the rejection. With comedy and trying to sell tickets, bring on the rejection. Everything. Dating, bring on the everything. Bring on the rejection every single way that it can be brought. I want the rejection. I want the rejection. I want the rejection. Snowcone says, you play too much. What do you mean seek out more rejection? Yes, I'm seeking out more rejection on purpose. That's the only way to get better at it. Seek out more rejection. And Kimmy says rejection is protection. I agree. And rejection is redirection. If you can withstand rejection, guys, amazing things will happen to you. But you first have to settle in that nervous system, okay? Because look, the autism and the CPTSD is going to make you want to not put yourself out there. You have to put yourself out there. I mean, you don't have to, but you should put yourself out there. There's a lot of y'all who have so many different talents and so many different things that y'all can give to the world, but you won't put yourself out there because you're scared. You're scared. The theme of the year is courage, guys. The theme of the year is courage. The theme of the year is courage. Rejection is redirection. When you are no longer afraid of rejection, you become your most confident version. The African Girl series, I'll put myself out there. Do that. Put yourself out there. Put yourself out there, guys. One thing in life that you don't want is regret, okay? The difference between mistakes and regret is mistakes are things that you do that you wish you wouldn't have done. Regret is often things that you wish you would have done that you didn't do. You want to minimize your regret. You want to take the path of least regret. All right? You want to take the path of least regret. When you're old, and you're on your deathbed, you're like, oh man, I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have, asked out this person. I wish I would have gone to this school. I wish I would have tried this project, or, I wish I would have, moved to Cincinnati or Orlando or Los Angeles or whatever. But you want to minimize your regret. But a lot of our nervous systems are not calibrated to withstand regret. So you have to do your best to invite rejection. Run towards rejection. Run towards it. Run towards rejection. Chadra, my African heritage probably hinders me from learning about neurodivergence. I had to push my culture aside, and I had to do my best to learn about myself and the world. And I'm going to bring all that back to Africa. I'll bring it back to Africa now, because I got to go back and educate my people. I got to go back and educate my people. I got to educate them. All right. Number 5. 5 signs that you have autism and CPTSD. And our moderators are here. We have Leilani. She's here. She's our moderator. All right. The 5th sign that you have autism and CPTSD, you tend to be indecisive. Lovita, I think it's good for people to tell others how much they value them. That's always a great idea. You're so lucky. Your girl is so bad. Yeah, she's a bad girl. She's a bad girl. Number 5, you tend to be indecisive. Autism and CPTSD, you tend to be indecisive, all right? And a lot of this comes from the CPTSD part. Let me tell you which part comes from the autism, all right? When you're autistic, just like ADHD, you can deal with something that is called executive dysfunction, right? And if you deal with executive dysfunction and you have that, your brain is going to be tired, okay? Executive dysfunction tires your brain. Having to make a decision about, should I shower? Should I brush my teeth? Having to do things manually. Oh, I can't find the pillowcase. Now I can't make my bed because I make my bed in this particular order. Or I'm so tired. I'm going to sit on the couch right now, and I really should be doing laundry, but I'm going to sit on the couch, and instead of taking the clothes from the washer to the dryer, I'll just sit here on the couch because everything is just so hard right now. And then you judge yourself for not doing what you should be doing. And instead of you relax on the couch for 3 hours, you spend 3 hours being hard on yourself for not doing the thing that you could be doing. That's executive dysfunction. It's very tiring. It wears you out. So when you're dealing with executive dysfunction, you could be frozen. Like Ghost in the Schema says, you could be frozen on the couch. It's very similar to ADHD paralysis. You're frozen, you're stuck. Everything is just too difficult. All right. And it can make you indecisive. You're sitting on the couch and you know what, you kind of know what you want to do, but doing it is difficult. The action is hard. So because the action is hard, you do nothing. And guess what? Indecision is a decision. But indecision is a decision to do nothing. All right. I gotta say that again. That's a bar right there, guys. Indecision is a decision to do nothing. Man, this is too real for a Thursday night. This is too real. Too real for a Thursday night. Indecision is a decision to do nothing. It's an involuntary decision to do nothing. You've chosen to do something. You've chosen to do nothing. All right. And that's how autism can make you indecisive. Now, CPTSD can make you indecisive because a lot of times when you have so much trauma, you don't plan for the future. If you've been living in fight or flight mode, you never really thought ahead to the future. You were so concerned about the present moment and make sure that you're okay, that thinking for the future is not something that you do. A lot of people who went through, big time trauma in their childhoods will tell you things like, man, I didn't think I'd make it to 21. I didn't think I'd make it to 31. I didn't think I'd make it to 41. Marion, oh, that's deep. We're on a roll tonight. I feel good tonight. So if you never thought that you would make it to 21, 31, 41, why would you plan for the future? You never thought about making it to 20 because you just wanted to make it to Thursday. You're not thinking long term. And the bad thing about this is when you're not thinking long term, you don't make long term plans. You make short term plans. And if you have the tendency to be impulsive, which a lot of us do, you can make a lot of bad decisions or a lot of decisions that you didn't really want to make. Impulsivity. Impulsivity and indecisiveness. Not the best combination. Impulsivity, indecisiveness, trauma. You're gonna make a decision to just make you feel good at the moment. You're not sure what you want to do. I'll do what makes me feel good right now. I'm not sure like what's gonna happen. in the future, but I'm just gonna, I'll do something. I'll do something. When you plan, you tend to do better in life. You don't have to have the perfect plan. You just have to plan for something. Plan for something. It's better to plan and to be wrong than to have no plan at all. All right. But if you didn't think that you would make it to 20, why would you plan? Why would you plan? You're just gonna do what you need to do right now. Like Cindy says, I'll exist. I'll exist. I'll just the future is the future. If I make it there, cool. If I don't make it there, it is what it is. It is what it is, which is not the worst mentality to have sometimes. Sometimes you have to discharge it to the game, like it is what it is. But as best as you can, try and plan for the future, guys. Try and plan, have a tentative plan, okay? It may not be something that you follow to the T, but try to have a plan. Try to have a plan. The Lux Life. I see your comments on TikTok. I see your comments. I see your comments. I see them. I see him. I try my best to see it, the comments. I don't see all of them, all right, but I see him. Number 6, some of y'all 5 for 5. Number 6, you struggle to set boundaries. Where are my people who struggle to set boundaries? You struggle to set boundaries. Signs that you have autism and CPTSD, or I should say signs that you may have autism and CPTSD, because I can't say for sure, but signs that you may have autism and CPTSD. You struggle to set boundaries. Someone says boundaries don't exist. That's funny. That's funny. Boundaries don't exist. That's hilarious. And Liz says, what are boundaries? If you struggle to set boundaries, that right there tells me a couple of things about you. All right. If you struggle to set boundaries, there's a chance that you really care about people's opinions and you care about them more than your own opinions. There's a chance, if you struggle with boundaries, that you have a fear of abandonment. When it's time to set a boundary and enforce it, you're like, nah, if I set this boundary, they could leave. And if they leave, then I'll be sad. I don't want to be sad. So I was gonna say something, but I'm like, whatever, it's all good. Like it's not that big of a deal. It's all good. It is what it is. I'm okay with it. And you'll convince yourself that you're okay with something. You'll convince yourself that you're okay with a thing that you actually don't like, something that you hate, something that you would never do. You convince yourself that, oh, like it'll be all right. Like I should be fine. I should be fine. And Kimmy on TikTok has a great comment. Kimmy says, enforcing it means blowing up everything. Right. Guys, when you have boundaries, if you're gonna set boundaries, you better get good at being lonely. I've gotten dramatically way better at setting boundaries. And guess what my grand prize has been? My grand prize has been a lot of loneliness. I have a great circle of people around me. Don't get me wrong. I got people around me. But man, a lot of loneliness. A lot of loneliness. That's the thing. On one hand, you have the loneliness that you can experience if you set and enforce a boundary. And then you can have the other side where you don't enforce a boundary, but now you have people around you. And they may not be the people that you need around you or like your people, but having somebody is better than having nobody, because I don't want to be by myself. And Rebecca brings a good point. Rebecca says, if you're autistic and CPTSD, I feel like you should have to set boundaries to stay healthy. Right. But if people leaving your life is something you fear, you won't set boundaries. You won't do it. You won't do it. You will not do it. Boundaries do protect you from toxicity, but boundaries will make you lonely. Are you okay with being lonely? Are you okay with potentially losing family support? Are you okay with potentially losing your partner? And I agree, you should start with low stakes boundaries. Like, start boundaries at Chipotle when they add something to your order and you don't want it. You're like, oh no, like actually, I didn't want the beans. Like, can we redo the order? Start at Chipotle. Don't start in your actual relationship. Don't start with family. Start at Chipotle. Low stakes boundaries. All right. Like, chill. Keep it 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 chill. And look, boundaries do bring you peace. So, guys, this is, man, I'm telling, there's nothing like peace. There's nothing like peace. Like, having a lot of friends is fun, and having people around you is fun, and having, like, just having everybody be happy with you and nobody being upset with you is fun. But you know what's better than all that? Peace. Peace. And whether you've gotten there or not, at some point you'll get to a point where peace supersedes everything. Peace supersedes everything. Everything. You'll walk away from things that you struggle to walk away from once you prioritize peace. Guys, peace is priceless. But if peace costs something, it'd be very expensive. It'd be very expensive. It'd be very expensive. Patricia on TikTok says, I only want people who are genuinely in my corner of my life. My circle is small, but tight. That's the way to go. And it takes us some time to get there. Like, take as much time as you need. Take as much time as you need. But when you get there, you can't go back. There's a point of no return where you can't go back. You can't go back. Fortunately or unfortunately, I've reached that point. Like, I'll walk away from somebody that, you know, we've been boys for a long time if a boundary is not respected. I'll walk away from a relationship. I'll walk away from a pretty lady if boundaries are not respected. In my 20s, especially my early 20s, I could not do that. I could not walk away from a beautiful woman if she disrespected my boundaries. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, it's cool. It's cool. Me at 23, oh yeah, it's all good. Like, yeah, I'm okay with what she did. Me at 33, I'm like, oh heck no. Oh heck no. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'd rather be by my lonesome. That's the price of setting boundaries. You're gonna be lonely. You're going to be lonely. Let me get those yams. What you talking about? I definitely did not mean to click that comment. I meant to click this one, but that's funny. Let me get those yams. Oh, you're talking about when I was in my 23. Oh, yeah. No, when I was 23, yeah, this is how I was. I was like, yeah, say whatever. Like, we're having sex tonight. I don't care. That was me at 23. And now me at 33 is like, oh, like, I don't care about shucking. I don't care about shucking. I don't care. I'll be by myself. I'll play PlayStation. That's how I knew that I graduated into becoming an unk. Like, when I'm like, you know what? It's all good. Like, yeah, like, this girl's fine, but like, I'll just play NCAA and Madden tonight. I'll hop in the game with the boys. Like, I don't have to shuck. Like, Mickey Ficky is not that important. When I hit that stage, I'm like, oh no, I'm a grown up now. I'm a grown up now. I miss being young. I miss being young. I've had to walk away from my family because they didn't respect boundaries. Look, family and loved ones and your partner, those are the people that it's the hardest to set the boundaries with. If you didn't care about somebody, it'd be very easy to set a boundary. Because like, you're like, okay, like, I just met you 2 weeks ago. Like, yeah, you can leave. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. But when you care about somebody, it's like, dang. Oof. Like, I love you, but I'm gonna have to let you go. I'm gonna have to let you go. I need my respect. In fact, if you don't respect yourself, others won't either. It's not worth the Mickey Ficky. It's not worth the Mickey Ficky. JJ, Unk season is a good feeling. Right. I can Netflix and chill by myself. Unk season. Girl, I don't need you. Do I want you? Hell yeah, I want you. Look at how you look, shaped how you like. Yeah, I want you. But I don't need you. And look, sometimes you set a boundary, and sometimes I'll set a boundary, and then like after she leaves or whatever, I'll be like, why did I do that? No, I'm just kidding. Like, come back tonight. But then I'm like, no. I gotta put my foot down and give my respect. And as a guy, once you can do that, that's how you know that you've grown up. You're officially an unk when you can do that. You cross over into unk season. When I'm Mark, gotcha. Probably do, let me see, probably do another 15 to 30 minutes. And look, we still have, we got one more. Yeah, we got one more. Yeah. Look, you can call it ego, but I think it's more so respect. And there is some ego in there too, but it's more so respect. Respect, guys. Respect. What did Aretha say? RESPECT. So that's the unks out here. Yeah, there are some unks out here who are 60 acting 15. Facts. Look, self-respect is hard. It comes at a cost. Everybody talks about self-love. Oh, I'm on my self-love journey. Oh, I'm on myself. Okay. Self-love is all cool until you have to exercise it. Self-respect is cool until you have to exercise it. Nobody will tell you, oh, I don't respect myself. When's the last time you met somebody and they're like, oh, yeah, I don't respect myself. It is what it is. No, nobody's gonna admit that to you. Can you sing your famous Akon song? It's funny on TikTok. That's hilarious. That's funny. I can please me better than anyone can. I don't know about that, Sandra. I think I could think of I could think of some women that can please me better than I can please myself, but respect. Say no to the flesh. Respect. I had to move to a different city an hour away. It makes saying no a bit easier to say. Lisa, this is an outstanding idea. There's nothing wrong with moving away to make it easier to say no. Because sometimes if you're in close proximity to, I'm assuming, family in this situation, it's hard to say no. But when you put some distance in between you and the loved one, it's a lot easier to say no. Like, I can't do that. I wish I could, but or sometimes you're like, I could, but I'm going to choose not to do this. So putting some space in between you and the loved one can be a little easier. We haven't had any water. I met my water goal today, but let's get this water in, guys, before I drop the 7th one. Let's get this water in. Water. Get a little bit of water. Big cheers. Even if it's just a hug. What you mean? Oh, you saying physical touch is important? Oh, yeah. Oh, physical touch is very important. But look, I agree. Hugs can get you by. Like especially in my younger days, a lot of times that I thought I was horny, I just needed a hug. I was just like, I just needed a hug. I just need someone to come and hug me. I'm like, oh, I don't want to shuck. I just needed a hug from a big mama. I'm like, I needed a big mama to come and just hug me like this. Like Tisha on TikTok says, "Oh, heck to the no, no, Tisha, no. I need that big mama hug like this. The hug comes with like a little stem. We rock back and forth, left and right, left and right. Now, don't hug me too long, because like it could, big mama might take it to the next level. Just leave it at the hug. Just leave it at the hug. All right, leave it at the hug. Don't get too handsy. Don't get too handsy. Don't get too handsy. Oh, do they call that the little spoon? I'm not familiar with some of these terms. The little spoon? Is a little spoon what they call it when it's like big mama going like this to you and you're like this? I guess if that's a little spoon, then yeah, it's a little spoon. You like big mamas? Well, I mean, it's a limit to the big, but somebody gotta appreciate the big mamas. Somebody gotta appreciate the big mamas. Shout out to the big mamas out there. Shout out to you like the one being held and cuddling. Uh Actually, no. I'm not a big fan of cuddling. Interestingly enough, no. I'm not a big fan of cuddling. Like, I'll cuddle for like 10 seconds. After that, we need to get on to the next step. We need to get on to the next step. Like cuddle, like, all right. All right, we've cuddled for 10 seconds. All right. It's time to, we need to progress to the next thing. Cuddling is pointless. But like a lot of times you'll be, dating a woman who's like, yeah, I want to cuddle. I'm like, oh, fine, I'll cuddle. Fine, I'll cuddle. Warm up the oven. I can warm up in 10 seconds. 10 seconds, yeah. 10 seconds I can warm up. Yeah. Short-term cuddle, like, yeah. I don't need a 40-minute session. No, I don't need, no, just 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds, yeah. Cuddle real quick, like, okay, all right. Now it's time to move on to the main event. It's too hot. Yeah, it's too hot out here to be cuddling. Cuddling for what? What are we cuddling for? Natasha on TikTok says, I loved cuddles when I was young, but now that I'm older, I hate it. Yeah, like it's pointless. Like, well, what? These women who need 40-minute cuddling, I've met some of them, and I converted them to my game, my system of doing things. We're not cuddling for 40 minutes. Nah, we're not cuddling for 40 minutes. No. In 40 minutes, I can wash the dishes. I can get the clothes from the washer to the dryer. They can be dried. I can sweep. I can mop. 40 minutes is a long time. No, no. Somebody says, I love cuddles, but only if I'm in the mood for them. I have never been in the mood for cuddling ever in my life. Yeah, let's get to business. I'm a businessman. I got 2 businesses. I'm a businessman. Let's get to business. I'll get your dog to cuddle with. Okay. Now, if it's your dog, you gotta give your dog some love. You feel me? You gotta give your dog some love. But my lady, we're not cuddling for 40 minutes. No, we're not doing that. No, ma'am. No hand. No turkey. Hold hands and have handbrakes in between. Okay, interesting. Until you're married to someone who, no, you tell your person that we're not cuddling for 40 minutes. Oh my! If y'all cuddling for 40 minutes, I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh, no, aftershock and I go to sleep, so there's no aftershock and cuddles. 10-second cuddle before and 10-second cuddle afterwards. Dancing naked, maybe horizontally. Hold hands. Oh, that's romantic. Hold hands while we sleep. But yeah, cuddling is. If I were ever president, which I can't be, I wasn't born in the United States, so I could not be the 48th president of the United States. But I can be governor of California. That's as high as I can go. If I were ever in office, I would outlaw cuddles. Like I would make it illegal to cuddle. I would make it illegal to cuddle. Cuddling should be illegal. Or like 10-second grace period. After that, we need to, we need to move on. A Baymax tap on the shoulder. That'll work. That'll work. Okay, all right. Maybe not illegal, but we need to put a limit to cuddling. And someone says professional cuddlers will hate you unless you're a professional cuddler, because some people like cuddling, and there are professional cuddlers out there, guys. Believe it or not, there are professional cuddlers. There are professional cuddlers, and we're moving into an analog world. So there's going to be a lot of people out here who, purchase cuddlers. I think that they're already doing it in Japan and other countries where you can purchase a cuddler. So yeah, like I just prefer to say in the U.S. Like I'll just find Big Mama to give me a hug, rock me back and forth, and then we'll be done. And so it says, what if cuddling is important to your future wife? Would that be a deal breaker? Yes, guys. I'm neurospicy. I have sensory issues. You'd be cuddling for an hour, and then after that, you try to get to the next step, and she's like, "I'm tired." Oh heck no, we're not doing that. You tricked me. You tricked me. You tricked me. I'm not really a fan of being touched. Like just like on a day-to-day basis, just like touch me. Like I'm not a fan of being touched. But like if the touch is like, I remember saying this in high school to my sister. I told her that I don't like touch unless it's sensual. Like if the touch is going somewhere, I'm like, okay, yeah, please touch me because it's going somewhere. But if it's not going anywhere, I'm like, what's the point? Like what's the point? What's the point? What's the point? 3 minutes, Amanda. I'll give you that. 3 minutes. Maybe 10 seconds is too short. I'll give you 3 minutes. And Rachel says, Rachel on TikTok says, 19 years of marriage, and I hated cuddling when we first got married, but now I enjoy it. Okay. So respect. There are some cuddlers out there. I didn't know that we had a lot of cuddlers out there like that. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Did not know that. I understand my husband will respect that I don't like being touched or cuddled. And look, when you're dating somebody, they should be aware of your sensory preferences. And some of us don't like being touched. Look, there's a lot of autistic people in this, live stream. Some of us don't like being touched. Okay. And I can relate to that. Some of us don't like being touched. Now, when I'm at a public event or like comedy shows, then that's when I like being touched. Like comedy shows, meet and greets, when I'm doing a keynote speech somewhere, like then I'm a hugger. I have to ask people, I'm like, are y'all huggers as well? But like in my day-to-day life where I'm just going to the store, I'm like, if I see somebody I know, okay, I'll hug you. Or if, it's Big Mama and she want to rock me back and forth like this. Yeah, I'll let Big Mama rock me back and forth for a little bit. Nashville is my hometown. Yep. And I'll be there May 31st at the Zany's Lab. The first show was sold out, but the second show we still have tickets out there. I need to find Big Mama. So Big Mama can be, and I did not forget number 7. I'll give her number 7. Don't worry. I'll give her number 7. But Big Mama can be, I mean, a Big Mama can be somebody who's 115 pounds, right? She can be 115 pounds, or she can be 180. Like Big Mama is just a term. It's not like a literal term, but I mean, it could also be a literal term, right? So Big Mama has a wide range. A fine mama can be called a big mama. A fine mama can be called a big mama. All right, guys, we'll get back to the cuddling and right. Look, a 5 foot Big Mama means business. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So many mamas. And like I said, she can be 130 pounds or 180 or whatever. Like a lot of different ways to define a big mama. Let me give out the seventh one, and we'll get back to it. But it wouldn't, like Leilani's right. It wouldn't be a Dr. Dakota live stream if we didn't go all around the world before the last one. All right, seventh sign that you have autism and CPTSD. All right, therapy often doesn't work for you. Therapy often doesn't work for you. Okay, Mama Dragon. I have to see how I like that term, Mama Dragon. That's funny. Therapy often doesn't work for you. Okay, so therapy works for a lot of people, but some of us, especially those of us who are autistic and have had to mask and are very aware of the world and have CPTSD and are hypersensitive to everything. Look, the person who has autism and CPTSD is hypersensitive to everything. They can tell when the mood has changed in the room. They can pick up on some of these small signs. So if you're that hypersensitive to the world around you, there's a good chance that you're also very aware of yourself. And if you know yourself at an intimate level and you know what you struggle with, sometimes therapy can feel pointless to you because you already know what your problems are. You just need help getting from point A to point B. That's what you need help with. The therapist is pointing out things that you could work on. You're like, I already know this. I knew this when I was 14. I've been knowing this. But how do I get from point A to point B? How do I get from point A to point B? And this is why I love neurodivergent people. Therapy by itself is not going to cut it. It won't cut it. You need therapy. You need meditation. You need to give yourself some time to be introspective. And also, you need to be nicer to yourself. You cannot shame yourself into getting things done. You cannot shame yourself into getting things done. It doesn't work. Sometimes it'll be a catalyst to, starting things, but you cannot shame. You have to learn how to be nice to yourself. And that was very difficult to me because I'm the type of person, like, I work off of spite. I work off of, football coaches in high school, getting on my ass. Like, all right, do this, do that. I had strict parents growing up. I got whooped as a kid. So like my catalyst was like rough language, a negative inner voice. Like I would shame myself into getting things done. And guess what? It was very, very helpful. It worked for a long time and then it no longer worked. It no longer worked. So if you're the type of person that you're very introspective, and you know exactly what your issue is, but you just need help navigating it. You need help navigating it, number one, and then you need the external support that I always talk about. If you have help navigating from point A to point B, and you have external support, you'll be fine. That's what you're looking for. So sometimes therapy feels like a backward step. Like I'm paying somebody to tell me something that I already know about myself. How are you going to help me get from point A to point B? What insight will you give me that I don't already have? It doesn't make any sense. Like, what insight will you give me? What insight will you give me? Molly, yeah, I'm the same way. I respond better to tough love. This whole gentle parenting thing is like, it blows my mind. I'm seeing a lot of gentle parenters out here. Very gentle, very, very kind, very demure. I'm like, I don't know what that is. Like, growing up in the South, it was spare the rod and spoil the child. And we had a lot of rods in the house. And guess what? I experienced every single last rod. Yeah. Tough love. So converting into soft love is an adjustment. It's definitely been an adjustment for me, And Rachel says gentle parenting doesn't work on my feral kids. Yeah, look, there's a lot of gentle parenters out here, talking to their kids like, what do you need, sweetheart? Are you okay? What would you like to eat today? We ate whatever was given to us. I didn't have a choice not to eat. My parents didn't care about sensory preferences or not wanting. No, you ate what was given to everybody. And if you didn't like it, you starved. Get over it. These gentle parenters are giving their kids multiple options. It blows my mind. But I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like it's someone says gentle parenting is abusive. That's funny. It's not a bad thing. Maybe we overcorrected too much. Perhaps you overcorrected too much. But I don't think beating kids until they're blue in the face is not like a lot of that was like abuse. A lot of that was abuse. So we need to pull back. But the gentle parenting sometimes is a little too gentle. Do you think it's bad for a therapist to bring up their personal life often in sessions? Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world. Sometimes if you bring parts of your personal life up in a session as a therapist to connect with a patient or to give them insight that they may not already have, I don't think it's a bad thing, but that should not be the theme. Like whenever a patient says something or they need some type of insight, the therapist always goes to a personal story. That should not be the go-to to give your patient insight, but a story every now and then to help them see something that they would struggle to see otherwise is not bad. Good question. Good question. Someone says my childhood CPTSD came from the opposite of gentle parenting. Right. Now, the old school parenting, which was abuse, let's just call it what it was, that's not the way to go. But the gentle parenting, I feel that has gotten a bit too gentle. So maybe it should lean more towards the gentle parenting, but like we need some of that old school love without the abuse. You know what I'm saying? Take out the abuse and give me the old school love. Like take away the 8th place trophies, and we need to have competitions. There should be a first place, a second place, a third place, a fourth place. In school, like we need to mimic real life. In real life, there are consequences of things that people do, and there's not multiple winners in real life. Now, in elementary schools, kids will like do competitions, and they'll say that everybody's the winner. It's like the whole class is the winner. That's not real life. Everybody doesn't win. You have winners and losers. So we shouldn't give everybody trophies for participation. That's not preparing kids for the real life. At the same time, we don't have to bring back that abuse from the old school, because that was abuse. That was abuse. Molly says, a gentle parent due to physical abuse as a child. Right. We can take out the abuse and like still effectively parent kids. Yeah, JJ, facts. Get rid of the participation trophies. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. And I don't think I would smack my kids, honestly. And I never thought I'd say that, like growing up. But if anything, like do like a little tap. No, coach, don't do that. Like a little tap, something like that. But I wouldn't do it. I would leave it to my old lady. I would let her spank the kids, and after that, she can come and spank me. My teenager ADHD daughter needs old school parenting. I'm going crazy. Old school without the abuse, though. Old school without the abuse. Old school without the abuse. Growing up in Tennessee, they had the paddle. Like teachers were back in 1999, 2000 in elementary school. Teachers could beat kids. Like I know it'll blow y'all's minds, but teachers could beat kids. There was a form that you'd be sent home with, and you would give to your parents, and you can either check a box, yes, teacher can beat my child, or no, teacher cannot beat my child. Yes, back in the day, teachers could spank kids. Well, at least in the South, like with the paddle. At least in the South. Oh no, yeah, extra spicy tonight. Yeah, my old lady can spank me. After she spanked the kids, and not with the paddle now, not with the paddle. I don't want her to spank with a paddle. You know, just the regular shucking, the regular shucking. My elementary coach spanked us on our birthday. Wow. Oh, wait, yeah, you grew up in my era. We had a paddle in school. I grew up in Texas in the 80s. Guys, I promise you this used to happen. The kids today would not believe it, but this used to happen. They used to paddle kids in school. And on TikTok, somebody says, yes, I was paddled for talking. I remember this, and I'm from Texas. Look, these kids don't know. You used to get, my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, you saw it coming. You know me well. Your old lady can spank ya. Then he bring back shame because only so many bully stories, and there's a lot that we have to do to fix these kids. And if you don't have kids, you're not concerned about what's happening in the elementary schools. So some of us have to start having kids so we can get to these schools and we can make a change. He uses his hand. Oh, he uses his hand, not a paddle. Oh, heck no. Oh, heck no. I was paddled for during a good fight. Wow. Well, I got paddled in the second grade in Memphis, Tennessee. Yep. Okay. So y'all can relate to what I went through. We're getting so old, man. We're old. You got it at school and then again at home for getting in trouble. Right. Yep. On TikTok. Yeah. You would get paddled at school and then you would come home and then you would get paddled again. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have 6 kids. Uncle got to get busy. Uncle got to get busy. Your whole neighborhood would be. That's funny. Wow. Yeah. Okay. That's how it was back in 1999 in Nashville, Tennessee. The paddle. I remember my teachers being very mad that they couldn't paddle us in the late 70s. It was new. So it started in the late 70s, huh? This whole paddling thing is at school. But I don't think I would let teachers paddle my kids. Yeah. I'll find other ways to discipline the kids. No phone, no PlayStation. Like there's ways to, set a boundary without a paddle. They hit you with a shoe or a belt. Oh yeah, well, Hispanic culture was just like the African culture. Like we got hit with whatever was closest. Whether a belt or a shoe or a broom, dustpan, whatever was in the vicinity. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, but getting home was the worst part for sure. A wooden ruler, Tijuana, Mexico. Wow. Yeah, it's a good thing that we stopped the paddling. 1976, I got paddling in school. Wow. So this thing started in the 70s. I don't have Baltimore on my list of places I'm coming to, but I'm looking to add DC at some point. DC, Baltimore is close. It's close. My twins never experienced that. Bamboo stick with the bamboo growing in the backyard. That's diabolical. Grow bamboo in the backyard so that way you can use it. Oh my goodness. Yep. Your parents finish you off at home. And I'm happy that we've pulled back on that part. I'm happy that we pulled back on that part. Someone says, this is imperative. Do you like cheesecake? Yeah, cheesecake is all right. Cheesecake is decent. I like cheesecake. Philadelphia. Do we have a Philadelphia show? We have a New York City show. New York is close to Philly. We don't have a Philly show yet, but I just want to say is that I'm looking to add at some point, possibly next year. Possibly next year for Philly. Possibly. I was paddled with a wooden paddle by a Christian principal in 1990. I was in the 4th grade. Oh, we're all unks and aunties over here. My 16-year-old has never been punished. Has never been punished? I said that we don't have to use a paddle. I didn't say we have to stop punishment. My goodness. My goodness. Kids got to be punished, but it doesn't have to be physically. Hairbrush. Some kids were disciplined with the extension cords. Ooh. Unfortunately, I can relate. Unfortunately, I can relate. I'm a 2000 baby with mixed cultures. I wasn't spanked out, but I wasn't a trouble kid. The 2000s babies, that was the beginning of all this gentle parenting. That was the beginning of it. Y'all definitely got the, y'all got it easy or easier. I don't say easy, but y'all got it easier for sure. The Avon Ivory hairbrush. Wow. Ooh, some people really remember. Kids need discipline, not necessarily punishment, consequences. I agree. You got to run a tight ship. You have to run a tight ship. It doesn't have to be, like physical punishment, but this discipline, something to prepare kids for real life, actual real life. I never got beaten. I was a latchkey kid, minding your business kind of kid. Do you know how they would do it in Ghana? Luckily, y'all weren't in Ghana. So when we were living in Norway, my parents took us back to Ghana so we could see our culture. And we had to go to school while we were in Ghana. We were there for a month, and we were forced to go to school. One day in class, all of the kids were really bad. So the teachers lined up all the kids, and all the kids were going to get the paddle. And as a demonstration to show all the other kids, hey, like, this is what you're about to have to do. We all lined up in the line, and the kids would lean over a desk. They pull your pants down and give you the paddle. And they will pull your pants down in front of the whole class. Involuntary free balling. And everybody would have to go up and get a paddle in front of the whole class. And I remember I was in the class where everybody was bad. And I was in the back of the line, and I was like, please, Lord, I don't want them to pull my pants down. I don't want the girls to see me. I want them to pull my pants down. Please don't pull my pants down. And luckily, Lovita, look, if I'm lying, I'm flying. If I'm lying, I'm flying. If I'm lying, I'm flying. They lined us up. And you got to see every kid's willy, every kid's butt. They lined you up. But luckily for me, as I was getting to the front of the line, my uncle came to school, and my uncle talked to the teacher, and he told the teacher that my sister and I weren't actual students at the school, and that we were on vacation. We came from Norway. We were international kids. And the teacher pulled us out of the line, and I didn't have to pull my pants down. I was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Like, my heart was racing. I'm like, please, oh my gosh, you're going to put my pants down in front of everybody. My goodness. Ghana. This is Ghana 1998. So what, 28 years? Oh, dang, that's a long time ago. Oh, no, I'm an unk. 28 years ago, that's how they were doing it. Unk for the win, yeah. No, depending on what she looked like, she could put my pants down, but not in the class where everybody can see me. Man, thank you, Lord. My uncle came and saved us. My uncle came and he saved us. Thank you. Thank you. Uncle Nana came and saved us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm like, look, we're from we live in Norway. We're just here on vacation. We don't go to Sunbeam Elementary School. I'm not like these other African kids. I'm African, but I don't live here. Give me special treatment, please. Give me special treatment. My goodness. That type of punishment was, And Auntie says they did that in my mom's generation on TikTok. Yep. Lux Life, this was 1998, 28 years ago. 28 years ago, Ghana. 28 years ago. Yeah, Rachel, I grew up in Norway for almost 6 years. And then we moved to Nashville. Yeah, my uncle deserves a gift. He deserves a gift. I'm not sure if he remembers that story, but I gotta let him know that he saved us back in 1998. He saved us from embarrassment. Big time. Big time. Whew. But yeah. Yep. My goodness. There you go. You're noticed. Hi, Noah. There you go. You're noticed. But yeah. So those are the 7 signs that you could have autism and ADHD. Number 1, you master survive. Number 2, you've been told you were sensitive your whole life. Number 3, you rehearse conversations after the fact for days, weeks, months, years after they happen. Number 4, rejection is extremely painful. Number 5, you tend to be indecisive. Number 6, you struggle to set boundaries. Number 7, therapy that often doesn't work for you. Those are the 7 signs. 7 signs. I'm glad you have experiences. Oh, wait. Unc has been through a lot. Unc has been through a lot. And I use my experiences to share with other people to let them know, yeah, I like soccer. Soccer's all right. And somebody on TikTok said that they're going to look into proper testing because they know that they are. Guys, getting proper testing, it can help to confirm a diagnosis. It can really help you out. We've been stimming tonight. We've been having some good stims tonight. Really been stimming. The last one was therapy often doesn't work for you, Nicole. And someone says, do you still take medication? Yes, I still take medication. Like I'm still neurospicy at the end of the day. Yeah, I'm gonna call my mom tonight. Thank you for the reminder, Andrea. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah, I still take meds. Guys, at the end of the day, I'm still neurospicy. Like I'm still liable to do all of the things I listed on this list. Oh, first 3 again. Oh, let me go slower. Keep out the list again. Number 1, you enjoy Big Mama. I'm kidding. Number 1, you masked to survive. Number 2, you've been told you're too sensitive your whole life. Number 3, you rehearse conversations after the fact for days, weeks, months, years. Number 4, rejection is extremely painful. Number 5, you tend to be indecisive. Number 6, you struggle to set boundaries. Number 7, therapy often doesn't work for you. And those are the 7 signs you may have autism and CPTSD. I didn't realize I was going so fast. I do that sometimes where I talk so fast. Someone says, you think you can do better without them? No. I mean, at one point I thought that I could do better without the medications. And then when I got off of them, I realized why I needed them and I went back on them. So no shame for me in my game with medications. Like I need the meds and I rock with them. It's like you were talking slow and fast. Facts. I have a tendency to do that. I don't take meds. I'm neurospicy from trauma, but I've been healing it. Guys, look, meds not the only way to do this. It's not the only way, you don't have to take medications, but you have to find support some way, somehow. And look, what I found is that when you don't get support, you can look for support in the wrong ways, in the wrong areas, and then now you're going backwards. So for me, I just want to go, take my meds, just go the textbook way, and not self-sabotage, because you can win by not losing. Keep that in mind. You can win by not losing. So you just have to not lose. You have to be consistently not stupid for long periods of time to succeed in life. That's the key to success. Be consistently not stupid for a long period of time. That's all it is to be successful. So I have to get out of my own way. I gotta avoid the big mamas and avoid, the people trying to, shock me. Depending on what she look like, I might let it pass. But for the most part, I gotta, Gotta keep a G. Keep it moving, keep it moving. Cindy, I appreciate you. Appreciate you. We had a good live stream. I remember what you said about hanging out with neurodivergents, that you might be as well. Oh yeah, I believe that. If all of your friends are neurodivergent, yeah, there's a good chance that like you will get your diagnosis very soon if you don't have one, because we speak a certain language. We speak a certain language. Put one on a shirt. What did I say? I've been talking a mile a minute. Been in bed for 3 days. Can't manage to get up for more than the bathroom. Any tips just to get up? If you've been stuck in bed for a long time and you can't get up, reduce your expectations. Make it as simple as possible. Have one goal. No more than one goal. Like have one goal to get up and like just wash your face. And once you do that, you can get back in bed. Make it very simple for yourself. Very, very, very simple for yourself. Super simple. Super simple. Got out of the house today and walked the dogs. Jessica, congratulations. 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 Emily, I'm not sure what happened today in Tennessee. I don't really keep up with politics. I do that intentionally because it can be very distressing. But I do need to keep up at least somewhat. But regardless of my lack of knowledge, I'm sorry that you've had such a hard day, and I hope that the rest of the day gets better. I know it's almost 10 o'clock over there. Hope it gets better for you, and I hope that the rest of the week and the weekend is memorable for you in the right way. Hope that it gets better. Hope that it gets better. I have 2 emotional certified cats. They're the only ones I want around me. And pets are, speaking of pets are a great companion and friend for a lot of us. Those of us who don't want to be with like people and things like that, pets are great. Pets are great. I think that's one of the reasons why I got a pet, because I was going from girlfriend to girlfriend to girlfriend to girlfriend, and I said, okay, I need somebody at home with me, but like let me be with somebody that like is like a low stakes. And pets are a lot of work, but I just needed somebody that was at the house with me, that I wasn't like accountable to in a romantic context. So I went with the pet. Is all 4 of your wives? Just 2 of them are here tonight. Just two. I'm lonely tonight. Rachel, appreciate you. Making eggs at 11 p.m. for dinner. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I'm from Tennessee, but California's my home state. Miss really. Yeah. I'm from Tennessee. I also grew up in Georgia as well. Let me see what there's here on TikTok. My family knew I had autism when I was a child, but didn't do anything until a year ago. So a lot of people like that. A lot of people like that who their parents, received, their parents took them to get assessed and they got that diagnosed with autism at a young age, and the parents never told them. I don't know why people do that. I think that they try to protect the kids. I mean, if that was me, I would tell my child, but I would let them know that it's not a bad thing, and then I would give them the proper support. But especially in the Black community, that happens a lot. It's like they'll say, "Oh, your kid's autistic," and you're like, "All right, bet," and then proceed to never tell the child. And then you find out when you're 35, you're like, "Oh no, I was diagnosed when I was 5. I had to wait 30 years. 30 years. You thought I had a 5th wife? No, 5 is too much. I don't know why anybody would want to have 5. 4 is the max. 4 is the max. Okay, 4 is good enough. My mom was like, "I thought you were just like your dad." I was like, "We're both out." Look, you get the autism from somewhere. You get the autism from somewhere. It comes from the parents. I knew a guy who had autism in 11th grade. He was doing very well, super well-spoken guy. Yeah, look, you can have autism and be articulate and be relatively high functioning. You still need support though. You just can't see the support that they need, or you're not able to see the support that they're getting, but you still do need support. You still do need support. One is, Amanda, if we're keeping it factual, one is enough. One wife is enough to give you a run for your money. With white hair, are you talking about the white hair or the white girl hair? Because I got the white girl hair off, but the white hair, like I have white hair. I'm getting old, so the white hair is going to be there. The white hair is just going to be there. I'm Unc now. I've accepted it. I have accepted it that I am Unc when we get presents. I learn if I have high functioning. Do ADHD? You can have ADHD in STEM. It's not exclusive to just autism. You can have ADHD in STEM. If two ADHD people have a child, will the child absolutely have ADHD/autism? Do y'all remember Punnett squares back in school? Those Punnett squares that you were like, taught to do to figure out like what the child would be like. I don't know why I bring that up because I don't know how Punnett squares work. But if you and your partner have ADHD, is a pretty good chance that your child could have it. And if there's autism somewhere in the family, that you could have it. So for me, look, I'm neurospicy, and whenever I have these kids, the 6 kids that I'm going to have, I'm prepared for more than half of them, if not all of them, to be neurospicy. If they're not, great. If they are, great. But I'm prepared for it. I'm prepared for it. Am I tired? No, I'm not tired right now. It's 8 o'clock on the West Coast. I'm not tired right now, but I probably will get tired like after the gym tonight. After the gym tonight, or it's true that if you probably don't have ADHD if it didn't show your younger years. Well, ADHD doesn't come out of nowhere. Like, you would have some of the signs. Maybe you didn't realize how much you were affected by it if you do have it now. I'm ADHD, my hubby's dyslexic. Both of our kids are neurospicy. Yeah, look, if you have any type of neurospicy, you have to be prepared to possibly give it to your kids. Okay. And once again, being neurospicy is not a bad thing, but being neurospicy and not having support is tough. Okay. So if you're prepared to have support, for your kids and for yourself, you'll be good. 6 kids is a lot of kids. I know 6 kids is a lot of kids, but that's why I let each wife know. I'm like, hey, I want these kids now. I like kids, so I gotta have my own now. I gotta have my own. Diagnosed at 50 years, autism and ADHD. Wow. I'm prepared, but I don't think I can handle more than one neurospicy child. Yeah, one neurospicy child is a lot, and 2 is double the trouble. So you got to have a community. And I'll be relying on my sisters and my whole community in order to help with child rearing. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Neurodivergence becomes obvious in adulthood for some of us because as adults we have to face things we have to face as kids. Right. Really good point right here. Because look, when you're a kid, your parents serve as your prefrontal cortex. Your parents are like, no, don't touch the stove. No, don't go here. No, don't do this. So your parents serve as your prefrontal cortex, and they keep you out of trouble. They make sure you get to school on time. They make sure you do your homework. And if you don't, you're punished. But when you're an adult, you got to do things for yourself. There's no, I don't think anybody's parents are calling them to say, hey, did you brush your teeth today? Did you wake up on time? You have to do that for yourself. You got to do it for yourself. And that's very difficult. Very, very difficult. Very difficult. How many wives now? Just 4 wives. Oh, you got 3 wives. Okay. I'm sure somebody got 5 out there. I'm trying to be a big supporter. My 11-year-old had to defend her against her own grandma. when she was having no people. Okay. Respect. I feel like parents should have to pass a class to have a child because some have no clue. It's a hot take right there. That's a hot take right there. Oh, guys, great live stream. Great live stream. And as we get to the end, Amanda, challenge accepted what? Challenge accepted for what? The fifth wife or what? And I don't know if I told y'all, but the Sister Wives guy on TV, the guy who produces that show, I met him at this conference where I was the keynote speaker. I met him and his wife, and they live in North Carolina. And he's like, "Have you heard of the show Sister Wives?" I'm like, "I got 4 wives." He's like, "Awesome, we produce a show." And then he invited me to come out to his place in North Carolina anytime I'm out there. And I was like, wow, like, look at that. What are the odds that I would meet the guy who makes a Sister Wives show? Each their own. Love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Your sarcasm is very believable. You should work on it. All right, look, hey, I'm not finna show y'all the 4 wives. That's illegal. You know, I don't want to go to jail. It's legal in my country back in Ghana, but it's not legal here in the U.S. I gotta say low key. I can only show y'all one. I can only put one online. All right, like you only get one. Okay, easy. Only one. 5 wives can fit in a sedan. No, they can't. No, they can't. You have driver, and then you have passenger. And you have 3 in the back. That wouldn't work. You need like a SUV or something like that. No. It better be the world's largest sedan. It better be one of those like wide body old school Camrys. Like, and somebody's gonna have to sit on somebody's lap. Somebody won't have a seatbelt. Like, well, actually, look, they can all fit in the sedan, but I won't be in the sedan because like somebody gotta drive. But then where are they going without me? Like, plus for 6 kids. I've been saying that for years. I want 6 kids. Like, I do. I like kids. Like, if you like kids a lot, you have to have your own because, like, you cannot. Me as a grown man, I can't just be hanging around the elementary school guys. That's creepy. Okay, you gotta have your own kids. You can't just be like, going to the park every day just because you're into youth sports and you have no kids. It's like, that guy, who's that unk there with the gray hair who comes to watch these baseball practices? Like, where's his child? It's like going to the dog park without a dog. Have you ever tried that? You're at the dog park without a dog. It doesn't work. People will be like, which one of these dogs is yours? You're like, oh, none. It's like, well, this person's a creep. Like, why are you here? Why are you here? You have no dog. You have no dog. I love to be a sister wife, minus no, obviously. No sugar. No sugar. No fun. No sugar, no fun. No sugar, no fun. So, Molly, you know what? I've heard people say this. Have 1 child and see if you still want 6. You know what, Molly? After 1 child, I will know. I'll know. I agree with you here. This is a hot take, which is correct. After 1 child, I think I'll know. After 1 child, I think I will know because I like my sleep, and I am selfish with my time. And maybe I'll have to slow down on traveling. Like I'm everywhere. See, this is why I have to tour now. This is why we're doing a comedy tour now, because kids will slow me down. Nashville, May 31st, New York City, June 11th, Chicago, June 18th, Seattle, Tacoma, July 16th. We'll add the tickets. We added Little Rock, Arkansas for, what is Little Rock, Arkansas? Little Rock, August 8th. We'll put the link up when it's ready. We're looking to add Huntsville, Alabama, August 16th. We're looking to add Arlington in August as well. Arizona, San Diego, Springfield, Massachusetts, Boston. We're going to add some dates. We're adding some dates. Jessica, yes, we're coming to Chicago. That's June 18th. So now is the time for me to do that. I can't do that with 6 kids because, you know, the wives will resent you if you're living your dreams and, you know, like you're having so much fun and the wives are home and they're having to like change out diapers and all that. Like it's not fair. That's not fair. New York City is at Rodney's Comedy Club. And the link should be in the bio. Rodney's Comedy Club, June 11th. That's a Thursday now. June 11th at Rodney's Comedy Club for New York City. Yeah, 7:30 Eastern Time. 7:30 Eastern Time. Eventually, I'd love to come to Philly. I'd love to come to Philly eventually. I would love to come to Philly. I came to Atlanta 2 years ago. I want to come back. Oh, you're off with the sugar? Big Mama, that's what we're talking about. Thank you, Big Mama. Thank you, Big Mama. This is what I'm talking about. Thank you, Big Mama. Is that Rodney Dangerfield's club? Is that what they call it, Rodney's in New York? Wow. Did not know that. Somebody dropped a dope fact. I did not know that that's why they call it Rodney's. I thought Rodney was like a black guy who opened up a comedy club in New York. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I love that club. I cannot wait for New York. It's going to be awesome. I cannot wait for New York. It's going to be great. I wanted 5, stopped at 3. Look, I mean, if everybody who has kids is telling me that, you know, to not have 6 kids, maybe I'll listen to y'all. Maybe I'll listen to y'all. I like my space and peace and selfish for my time. So without having 6, I'm almost out. There was my son graduating in 2 weeks. Oh, Molly, I didn't know your son was that grown. But look, if you have a 17, 18-year-old, I don't know why you'd want to have like an infant. That sounds like torture. Like you see the light at the end of the tunnel, and now you're like, okay, I want to have kids again. Oh no, oh no. Where am I in Chicago? Chicago, the Comedy Bar in Chicago. Rachel says, I have 2 and would have had more if I could have. So, Rachel, you see what I'm talking about? See, Rachel gets it. When 6, my nephews are talking to me all at once is very overstimulating. So, look, yeah, that is going to be overstimulating, but this is why you have 4 wives. One can take one kid. Guys, teamwork makes the dream work, right? Teamwork makes the dream work. Can you bring your? Ooh, this is a good question, Amanda. I do not know. Let me ask the team, and if we don't get a reply today, we'll get one. The next live stream. Are service dogs allowed at comedy shows? I do not know. Good question. Do not know. Do not know. 2 kids isn't the limit. If it doesn't happen, is 2 kids the limit or it's not the limit? I'm lost. My twins will be 17 in July. My brother who's 51. Oh, heck no. Oh, heck no. No way. A 51-year-old, you have no. Why did he do that? Why did he do that? Why did he do that? Look, I'll see if it's allowed. I've never had somebody ask that question, but I'll see if it's allowed. This is a good question. Christy, thank you. Is there anybody here who has like 5 or more kids besides Christy? 5 or more kids? I'm trying to see some here. People don't want to have kids, apparently. And Jessica says, I need 4 husbands. Okay. You can have 4 husbands. You can have 4 husbands. You know, those be the husbands that help out with, like, the bills and the chores. Like, you can have 4 husbands for that. 7 kids. Wow, Candace. 7. What was it like having 7 kids? Wow. Chrissy said 32, 31, 29, 20, and 17. Like, that makes sense. I like that. The 32 to 31-year-old get to play with each other, and 29. Then the 20 and the 17-year-old, a senior in high school, a freshman in high school. That makes sense. That makes sense. I had 5. Okay. See? My mom had 5 kids. And it's 6 of us in total. Okay. See, people have kids. Anything over 2 is selfish. You can't say that. 5 or more is selfish. Someone on TikTok says that. You can't say that. You can't say that. If you can take care of the kids in this, it's cool. As long as you can take care of the kids. Candace says ages 33, 32, 29, 28, 24, 23, 22. That man couldn't get off of you. Wow. Let me count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Candace, you have me beat. You have me beat. This is fascinating, Candace. This is awesome. 7 kids. And the gap between them is good. Like 33 and 22 is 11 years. And look, they're all grown now, and Candace can enjoy her life. Love of the show for Candace. And look, this is one woman who had 7 kids. So for all my monogamy people here, you can have one wife and she can give you 7 kids. You don't have to have 4, guys. You can have one wife and she can give you 7 kids. Wow. Mormon, I don't know Candace's religious affiliation. I know people think that when somebody has a lot of kids, but we had 6 of us total, and we were, Seventh-day Adventist Christian. We weren't Mormon. It was crazy at times, but wouldn't trade it for the world. That's what I need to see. Yep, I'm having 6 kids. I'm having 6. That's all the confirmation I need. It was crazy at times, but wouldn't trade it for the world. I needed to see. This live stream had to go this long so we could meet. This live stream had to go this long so that I could see that it's possible. 7 kids. Christian, just fertile. Look at that. Not Mormon, just Christian and fertile. Just the huge. Just Christian and fertile. Good luck, brother. Oh, I don't need it. No, the kids are going to be more spicy. I like a challenge. I need a challenge. I can do it. My mother was one of 6 kids. I'm one of 6. My best friend has 6. 34, 31, 30. I'm assuming twins, or different mothers. 28 and 27. And there's a 7-year gap. That's not bad. This is probably what I'm going to do right here. 34, 31, 30. Yeah, I'm going to do something like this right here. Once we start, we ain't going to stop. It's like you're going to know the arrangement. Our service dogs allow us some of these, usually with the paperwork. So with paperwork, the service dogs are allowed. So Amanda, look at that. The service dogs are allowed with paperwork. Okay. That's the word I'm getting back from my team. Did not know that. Cool. Super cool. My team got back to me quickly. That's cool. This is what I'm going to do. Once we start, we ain't going to stop. Like, hey, like, we making these kids. My mom is one of 5. My dad's one of, wow. See? Look, you'll learn a lot from these kids. I'm telling you. Kids are made. Yeah, kids are cool. Kids are cool. Kids are cool. Yeah, no, Amanda, I get it. Like driving to New York from Philly is, yeah, because New York is the one city where I have never gotten. I say getting. I never get a rental car when I go there. Everywhere I like to have my own rental car when I go to a city, but New York City, no, I just Uber or use the subway. For neurospicy babies is hard but very rewarding. Right, it's rewarding. Like we need a challenge. I need a challenge. And look, I'm not praying for my kids to be neurospicy. Like if I didn't have to have this neurospicy in me, like I mean, I wouldn't change anything now. Like the way life is, I'm grateful. But I don't think anybody like, like talks to God and like, God, give me autism and ADHD and OCD and CPTSD and BPD and bipolar. Like nobody does that, But like once you have it, like you just make the most of it. You make the most of it. Back then, that was catch-all category. Shout out to the missus. All that yeah, facts. A lot of pushing and no cuddling. Yep. Now look, if it's one woman who give, all right, let's just hypothetical purposes. If one woman gives me 6 kids, okay, all right, you can give me 6 kids, all right, we can cuddle. We can cuddle for a little bit. For a little bit, you can give me 6 kids. Yeah, we can cuddle. You earned it. You earned it. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. We can cuddle. You can get 3-4 vacations a year. You can get a nice new car. Like 6 kids, yeah. You can get a little bit of cuddling. Like that. Nah, that's more than a basketball team. That's a basketball team and a 6-man off the bench. Yeah. I can reverse the cuddle policy if you're a 6-for-6 champion. Michael Jordan won 6 championships, okay, and he's the greatest of all time. 6 kids, yeah. You can get a little bit of cuddling. You can get a little bit. You can get a little bit. A little bit, okay? Not a lot, a little bit. 6 identical U's. Oh, they're gonna be Mickey Fickies. I gotta be strict with them because I was a Mickey Ficky as a kid. I'm thankful I had strict parents because I was just too much of a Mickey Ficky. So I didn't get to do anything because they were strict, which was good. Candace, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate the attention to the skits. This weekend is going to be a recording weekend, so we're going to get a lot of brand new skits recorded, and I'm excited for what we'll do. So I'm excited for the skits that we're going to create this weekend. In fact, after this live stream, I got the gym, and then tonight I got a writing session. I got to write up some of these ideas. So I'm excited. 6. No, look, no, I know it's expensive. You can either downgrade your lifestyle, or you can just make more money. I just gotta make more money. Just gotta make more money. Rachel says, I'm gonna tell my hubby that's why I like cuddles. Now you earned it. You gave me babies. No, Rachel, yeah, your husband should give you cuddles. You gave modern kids. You deserved it. What's it? It's not Nicky Vicky. It's Mickey Ficky. A Mickey Ficky is a very versatile word. You can use it to describe a troublemaker, somebody who likes a little bit of trouble. Mickey Ficky can also be used as a way to say, like it's a synonym for shucking. So yeah, Mickey Ficky is a very versatile word. My wife wants 9 kids. All right, Taylor, nah. I didn't say all that now. That's a lot. I just said 6. So somebody got me beat. So all y'all who think that 6 is too much, look at Taylor and his wife. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. A lot of heavy lifting. Is she gonna get some assistance, or is that gonna be all her? Maybe she has a family history of like triplets or something like that. But that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Gonna be all you on the bed. Oh, yeah, we can do that. We just get a huge bed. Get it? Yeah. 6. Yeah, we can do that. That'd be fun. Look, that's how we used to do back in Africa. Like this whole thing where people have their own beds is like an American thing. We don't have beds for everybody. In Africa, you have like one big bed and you either slept in the bed or you slept on the floor. Yeah, we can do that. We can do. My father was one of 13. Guys, I'm telling you, 6 is not a lot. Like this is a lot. I think that in today's day and age, with like the world being what the world is, like it, 3 is a lot today. Like life is just a lot. So 3 is a lot today. I'll say that. I'll say that 3 is a lot today. 3 is a lot today. That's what Glorilla said. They said, yeah, this is a normal thing. Like growing up, like I mean, at some point, like we were able to get like our own beds. But I remember growing up and like I had like 3 boys, 3 girls. So like my 2 sisters who were like within like 3 years. One is a year and a half younger than me. Another one is 2 years older than me. Like we sleep in the same bed with your cousins too. Like we all just sleep. Like it was like a normal thing for us. Eventually, when we had the money to get our own beds, like I was like, oh, I have my own bed. This is cool. This is cool. But yeah, like we have to share beds. Like, here we need boys in the room and the girls in the room. Look, yeah, if you guys, we were really poor. Okay, so this is why we had to be in the same bed. But ideally, yeah, you have the girls in the bed and the boys in the bed. But when you have siblings and no money and like you have a bed, and like like some of us were just poor. Yeah, a family bed, Cheaper by the Dozen. Yeah, it's a good movie. I remember seeing all of it. I think I saw like parts of it. Mickey Ficky is Southern, if that's what you're asking. When you gonna get started with kids? Oh, I don't have any kids. I haven't started on them yet. I haven't started, so let me finish up this comedy tour first. Let me put out the special. I might want to do a second. I got some things to do, so I haven't started yet. But I'm gonna get to it. Yeah. Like I think it's like a foreign thing. Like if you're foreign or like African or like European. I don't know about Europeans, but like blacks and Hispanics, we definitely, it's like normal to us. DNA testing before ADHD brain. DNA testing before day. That's funny. Thank you. Just love it. Thank you. I appreciate this. Very excited for my my child making journey. At least the first part of it will be very fun, right? The making of them will be very fun, and then like eventually, you gotta raise them. You gotta raise them. Your family was really poor. Yes, we were. No, our bonds are, man. Like I can get emotional this state about my siblings. We're very close. I love my siblings. I'll do anything for my siblings. We're so close. The 6 of us, we're extremely close. We had each other, so I think that's why I want 6, because like we're all super close and we have each other's back. So I'm never like super lonely because like I can always call a sibling. Yeah, so I think that has to do with why I want 6. My life is not constructed to have 6 though. With all of the traveling that I do. So eventually, but not right now. And every stay after the tour. That's funny. I don't plan on having babies on the road. I plan on being a good boy. We want to stay out of trouble. Most of the world co-sleeps. Rachel, I believe that. Like we're very spoiled here in America. Like we have our own beds. We're very spoiled here in America. Ashton says, I think I want 2 kids, just hoping I can conceive. Fertility issues. Ashton, I hope you get those 2 kids that you're looking for. The kids are a blessing. My siblings and I had good times growing up. Yeah. So that's the thing. You have to pay attention to the kids. See, that's gonna be my struggle, giving the time to the kids, because I need to be a present kid. Like, I'm not present kid, present parent. Like some people are like, oh, you can just buy them everything and give them money, but no, like you got to be there with your time. Like if you can be there with your time, that's the most valuable present. Eric, my day's been good. I've had a real chill day, but a productive day. It's been a productive week, actually, a very productive week. But anytime I have to travel, I think, yeah, I got a lot of travel before the show in Tennessee. So anytime I have a run of flights I have to catch, I become very productive because I know that I'll be on the go. So I've had a productive week. Ashlyn, no, the Seattle tickets have not been posted yet. I'm on my team about getting them posted. But say the date, kind of like a wedding. You know, people send you like a wedding invite, like say the date, we're getting married. Say the date, July 16th, Seattle, Tacoma. Ashley, I'm telling my team, I'm on them. I'm like, hey, let's get these links out. Like at least one or two people a day ask me for the Seattle ticket links, and like I'm waiting for it. I probably should have said nothing until we had the link because I thought I would get it the next day, but apparently not. Will there be a show in Nashville? Well, who asked that question? That's Nina Cole. That's neat. We got 2 shows in Nashville. May 31st, we have 2 shows in Nashville. I think you're on TikTok, so you can't see the banner that I'm streaming with, but on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube and Twitch and Kick, it says 7 signs you have autism and CPTSD, and then it says come see me live in Nashville, May 31st. We have 2 shows. The first show is sold out. The second one, we still have tickets. We still got tickets. We still have tickets. Oh, if AI can do this, I don't want that. I want the real deal. I want the real deal. Oh, I got nice, Jessica. I appreciate that. Thank you. I want the real deal. I think RDHT helped me raise mine. Even though things would get chaotic, the focus was to teach them what they need to know by 18 to be successful in their certain lives. Right? It's possible. Candace had 7 kids. Candace, let these people know. May I offer you some advice as an Yes, Taylor, go ahead. Go ahead, Taylor. Let me see what you guys say. We'll let the stream go so we can hear what you guys say. Let me know. I've educated y'all. Now educate me. Educate me. And I was asking for somebody to ask. I was waiting for somebody to ask about Nashville. Oh, yeah. May 31st. We still got tickets. He's going to say, don't do it. He might. Let's see what Taylor got to say. Taylor, you got the floor, man. Speak. Leilani says the older children end up being responsible for the younger ones, which isn't fair. Oh, that's kind of how it was in my family. That's the African way. You have you have one child that's like, you have a child, then you wait like 8 years. They have another child. Then the oldest one takes care of all the, that's the African way. It's the African way. Ashton says, have you been on a teriyaki and rice cake? Yeah, I'm still eating that. But I switched it up the other day. I had chicken teriyaki and beef with the rice. I had to switch it up just a little bit. So I've been eating that and empanadas. Same thing every day. Same thing every day. Taylor, we're waiting on you. What was Taylor going to say? I go to Vancouver often, and when I'm there again, I'll post that. Taylor was capping. Taylor was not capping. Thank you, Taylor. Fatherhood is 50% fear, 50% exhaustion, 100% worthwhile. You're afraid of not being present, but trust me, you will be. You'll learn that you won't have a choice, and you'll choose that. I like this, Taylor. I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this. Amazing. Amazing. 50% fear, 50% exhaustion, 100% worthwhile. So eloquently stated. You're afraid of not being present, but trust me, you will be. You'll learn that you won't have a choice and you'll choose that. Yeah, no. This is beautifully said. I give him a Pulitzer Prize. This is amazing. Yep, this was amazing. So yeah, we will after maybe after the second tour, but at some point we will get on these kids. We'll get on these kids. Six of them. So I don't want to say I'm ready now, but limited time and I'll be ready. The best part of the spectrum and parenthood, you get to enjoy your inner child and laugh at all the silly things. I like to laugh. I like to laugh. I like to laugh. I like to laugh. Bandy on Netflix. She had a lot of kids. I don't know what Bandy is, but I'm sure once I have kids, I'll get into the Bandy stat of Netflix. I just got a Netflix subscription recently, and they told me they recommended me Young Sheldon. I'm like, oh Lord. They know I'm neurospicy. Empanadas originated in UK as pasty. Did not know that. I thought the Hispanics made it. Did not know that the English had made it. They take time to make. Yeah. It takes 9 months to make a child. Yeah, So yeah, you gotta give them some time to cook and take some time. Or 10 months. 10 months. And only the first part of it is the fun part. And after that is a lot of nausea and vomiting and all kinds of stuff. Big Mama got to really suffer and go through it. Ryan on TikTok, I appreciate that. I've seen your videos. I appreciate you. 9.5 months. Appreciate you. Yep. But yeah, there's a moment in the middle that's fun too. Rachel, what's the moment in the middle that's fun? There's a moment in the middle of pregnancy that's fun. I've never heard that before. What's that moment? That's coming from Rachel on TikTok. I'm very curious as to what, because my sister right now is currently pregnant and she's she's walking around with the big belly and there's a lot for her. After the nausea, before your house. Oh, okay. You learn something new every day. The second trimester. Okay. When Europeans conquered other countries and created their own version of see, I learn a lot from y'all. I love being pregnant up until probably was a lot in my feet. To scream. Inhale deep and now scream. I thought of a joke, but I kept it to myself. Respect, Taylor. Yeah, this is a sweet moment, so I didn't want to ruin it with my dirty mind. But heck of a husband, Taylor. But because of pregnant women use pregnancy to get out of a lot of things. Now, and they're pregnant, so they deserve the attention. But if I was a pregnant woman, I would milk it. I would milk it to anything. Amanda, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna be a uncle again. My husband snored while I was in labor. I threw things at him. Rachel, that's funny. Pregnancy was a joy for me. Only time before I learned I was neurodivergent, I felt like a normal human. All 4 times. Oh, okay. Very interesting. Yeah, Taylor, I was gonna say something else, but I'm like, nah. This is a heartfelt comment. I don't want to, use my dirty mind. Oh no, I'm gonna get more gray hairs for sure. I'll definitely get more gray hairs. My husband used to make up songs about me. So y'all have some pretty good pregnancy stories. It's not all negative. When I look online, it's always like negative stories. Like I saw a single mom today who was saying that she's like dating and she's 4 months pregnant. I'm like, yo, like, where's the child's father? Just breathe their own for a bit. Okay. Is that a spam bot on TikTok? Yeah, it's a spam bot. Spam. I want to have her focus on that. Yeah, it makes me hungry right now. Yeah. Oh, y'all have minds like me? Okay. I have to. That's why the Bible says, it's a verse in the Bible that says, like, renew your mind. I don't know the rest, but that verse is for me because I have to constantly renew my mind from dirty thoughts. Postpartum, and Taylor, I forgot what I was going to say now. The timing is off, Taylor. Postpartum will keep my forgetting her. Yeah, a neurospicy pregnancy is arguably a bit harder. Edith says, no, not all negative. I had 0 symptoms while pregnant. I was just tired the last few weeks. Okay, well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know the rest of the Bible verse, but it says, like, renew your mind. And, like, you know, the whole premise is, like, have a clean mind, you know? So I'm like, all right, I gotta have a clean mind. Oh, she means her actual gutters. Oh, okay, all right. I'm just a perv. Like, my gutters are good. I'm just a perv. No mosquitoes this summer. Yeah. Get those gutters clean then. Get those gutters clean. The fathers, and then the fathers, unfortunately, in America, we've lost so many of those. But yeah, yeah, a lot has changed. I think that's why people are, don't want to have kids, and like kids are expected. A lot has changed. So yeah, a lot has changed. The right brainwashing. Hopefully, I do. So Rachel has a verse on TikTok. Rachel says, transformed by the renewing of your mind. Yeah, something like that. It's like, there we go. There we go. Appreciate y'all. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Yeah, that's why I got to renew my mind. Romans 12:2. Okay, yeah, I got to renew my mind. So I'm not going to conform to this world and y'all's dirty brains. I'm renewing my mind, guys. I'm renewing my mind. Jessica said, I have to remind myself, keep it classy, but can't. Just renew your mind. Renew your mind. Respect the man. Yeah. All of us who are on the live stream right now, we're procrastinating something. I'm procrastinating the skits I have to write up. That's why this live stream has gone an hour over. Clearly, I want to wait until the last second to write up these skits, but then whenever the skits are, last second, and they end up being amazing. Maybe because I procrastinate, but I can't procrastinate too much. I still have to write them up and prepare. Yeah, and Cynthia, you're right. I don't need y'all to. Yeah, like my mind's already dirty, so I don't need y'all's help. Like it's. Leilani listens on TikTok. Good to see you. Good to see you on the TikTok side of things. Going live since I won't. Tomorrow's your birthday. Happy early birthday. Leilani listens on TikTok. Happy early birthday. Happy early birthday. And Rachel says, I'm procrastinating, eating, and taking meds. Yeah, we're all procrastinating something. Before I get off this live stream, let me know what y'all are procrastinating right now. Let me see what everybody's procrastinating, because there's something that you're procrastinating. I'm procrastinating the skits and the gym. Jessica's procrastinating going to bed. Erica is procrastinating life. Teresa is procrastinating studying for a test. Teresa on TikTok says, we enjoy telling our kids about the pregnancy stories. Hopefully you didn't tell them about how the pregnancy started. You kept that one confidential. Yeah, and happy early birthday to Leilani on TikTok. Packing for my trip tomorrow. I think I got a trip tomorrow too. So I'm procrastinating that too. Procrastinating working out, procrastinating life, procrastinating sleep, bed. Okay, procrastinating every day, procrastinating, but also multitasking, procrastinating cleaning. Oh, so Leilani is actually not procrastinating. That's good. That's good. Oh, we'll take the good vibes. We'll take just because you have a talent. Doesn't make it dirty. Oh no! I got a dirty mind, so I filter my thoughts. So I guess that could be a mask in some sense. I can't say everything that's in my mind. I can't say everything. Procrastinating sleep, procrastinating prepping for a road trip, procrastinating yard work, procrastinating getting ready for work. Oh, it's 5:45 where you're at. Procrastinating a shower, procrastinating going home. Wow. Hopefully you go home at some point. Procrastinating studying for an exam. Oh my goodness. Let me procrastinating. Let me see. And lose plug on week. Laundry. Someone says, I'll make you breakfast tomorrow, promise. Well, your name is user 47126589601. So I can't see your profile photo, so I'll pass on the breakfast. Procrastinating working on art for my cousin's merch for his tour. Okay. Darion, hopefully you can get started on it. Hopefully you can get started on it. Hopefully you can get started on it. When Jesus told us it's better to pluck out our eye than looking at a woman lustfully, I believe he was discussing an impossible standard using hyperbolic language. Taylor, yeah, because shoot, if you have to pluck out your eye for looking at a woman lustfully, man, a lot of us will be blind, including myself. Like I would have negative eyes. Airdrop me some. I appreciate that. I'll take the food via airdrop. Ooh, Candace, facts. I've procrastinated procrastinating. Oh, this is the most ADHD thing I've seen all day. Procrastinating the procrastination. Facts. Somebody's procrastinating going home to an empty home. Oh, I don't want to end the live stream sad. Well, hopefully you find your people to make it not an empty home. Doing sketches for okay, all right. So you're getting ready to do it. Cool. All right, guys. So that's the live stream, guys, and we're back again Tuesday at 6 o'clock California time. And look, we're on time today. We started like 6:10, so I'm proud of that. So we actually started on time today. That's good. That's good. But yeah, 6 p.m. California time on Tuesday, which is 9 o'clock on the East Coast, 9 o'clock New York time, which is 8 o'clock Nashville time, which is 7 o'clock Phoenix time, which is 6 o'clock Los Angeles time, which is 5 o'clock Anchorage, Alaska time, which is 4 o'clock Hawaii time, which is 2 a.m. UK time. Next week, Tuesday. And yeah, I know that some of y'all were surprised that I started on time. And I'm low-key surprised I was too, but I'm happy that I started at a decent time. So yeah, that's when the next live stream will be. Next week, Tuesday, 6 o'clock West Coast time, 9 o'clock East Coast time. And for those of y'all who are looking for the comedy tickets, the comedy tickets are in the link in the bio. You can find that on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. And we are taking the show next to Nashville, Tennessee. That's May 31st. It's a Tennessee Sunday nighter. The first show was sold out. Thank you for helping me sell out my hometown in Nashville. It is a very special homecoming, and I cannot wait to be back. So first and foremost, before I promote the second one, I just want to thank y'all for helping me sell out the first show in Nashville. It means so much to me to go back home to a sold out crowd at Zanies. That means the world to me. I'm eternally grateful. So thank you so much. With that being said, we have a second show in Nashville. Starts at 8 o'clock Tennessee time. Sunday, May 31st. After that, we take the show on the road to New York City. We go to Rodney's Comedy Club, which I learned today was named after Rodney Dangerfield. I thought it was developed by a black dude called Rodney in New York City. I did not know. I did not know. Amanda, hope to see you in New York. That's June 11th at Rodney's Comedy Club, okay? Named after Rodney Dangerfield. The very next week, we're going to be in Chicago at the Comedy Bar, okay? At the Comedy Bar in Chicago, Illinois. That's June 18th. That's a Thursday night. New York and Chicago are Thursday nighters. Speaking of Tacoma, Taylor, we're coming to Tacoma, Seattle. Well, technically Tacoma, July 16th. We don't have the ticket link just yet, okay? We're moving on Black people time. So please, be patient with us. Black people time is very late, all right? It's quite late. So we don't have the ticket link for Tacoma, Seattle just yet, but that will be July 16th, which is a Thursday night, all right? I've never been to Tacoma before, so I'm excited. And I'm looking to not go there until the show. I've been in Seattle, but I haven't been to Tacoma, and they're different vibes. So that's July 16th. We're looking to add more dates that we'll be able to confirm here within the next week or two. We're looking to add Boston, Massachusetts, Springfield, Massachusetts, which is close to Hartford, apparently. I didn't know this. Little Rock, Arkansas, and Huntsville, Alabama, and Arlington, Texas, all in August. Boston and Springfield, we're looking at July, and also Seattle in July. We're looking at Chandler, Arizona in September, and San Diego, California in December. So we're going to confirm quite a few dates within the next week or two here. And see people asking about Detroit. Detroit is one of the places that we may add based off of the Lions schedule, because I don't want to compete with the Detroit Lions. Like, I'm going to lose. Like, it's football and Dr. Kojo, right? So we may add Detroit as well later on in the year. Someone's asking about England. We will look to come across the pond either late this year or early next year. So it's an international tour. I do not want to shoot the special before I go across the world. I need to see what works in different parts of the world. Yes, Chicago is on a Thursday. Same with New York. Same with New York. Same with New York. And Amanda, let your people in Connecticut know. Let them know. Let them know. Let them know. Let them know. And see you in New York City. All right, guys. So that's it for the live stream. I'll see y'all Tuesday, 6 o'clock West Coast time, 9 o'clock East Coast time. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the best community in the world. And thank you for rocking with me for this long. It's been 2.5 hours. So I appreciate y'all. And I love y'all. And I'll see y'all at the next live stream. All right. Let me go write these skits and get some rest. All right. Love y'all. Peace. Peace.